In an era defined by global conflict, humanity's darkest impulses were unleashed. No nation was holding back, proving that compassion was a casualty of war. Any soldier captured was met with brutality, either killed on the spot or taken as a prisoner to a foreign land. We see a Chinese transport vessel packed with thousands of captured Japanese and American soldiers. These men have endured unspeakable torture for an unknown amount of time. They were all captured on the battlefield, now destined for a merciless prison. But before the ship could even reach the shore, fighter planes descend from the sky, launching a devastating assault. In moments, the ship is sent to the bottom of the ocean as a new day dawns. We find a few survivors washed ashore on a small, deserted island. Among them is a Japanese man named Taro, his legs bound in irons. This confirms he was a prisoner on the ship that sank. But he isn't the only one. Two other men are nearby. One is American, the other is unidentifiable and already deceased. Is the American alive? We don't know. Taro cautiously draws a pistol. Just as he aims, the American jolts awake and a savage fight erupts between them. We quickly notice that they are both shackled, connected by the same length of chain. They are both prisoners of war, now stranded together on this strange island. Their fight, however, continues with brutal intensity. The American Andrew seems to have the upper hand. But just then, a dark shadow emerges from the water, dragging Andrew into the sea's depths. Luckily, Taro reacts instantly, firing his pistol at the shape in the water. Whatever it was, it retreats. The appearance of this shadowy figure silences them both. They realize that fighting each other is pointless. To survive, they must cooperate. Otherwise, one killing the other would only delay his own demise. Their first priority is to search the island for anything useful. They soon discover several crates washed up from the same shipwreck, surrounded by the bodies of their former comrades. Seeing this confirms their transport went down nearby. Opening the crates provides a temporary reprieve. There's enough food and water to last a few days. But what would happen after that? Using tools from a crate, Taro manages to catch some fish. Before nightfall, he cooks them and offers one to Andrew, who eats it eagerly. They've both been starving for a very long time. Now they must think about their next move, as staying put is not a viable option. But first, they have to free themselves from these chains. Taro remembers an axe-like tool he found in the box. He begins striking the chain, but it has no effect. Andrew suggests hitting the shackle at its weakest point, near the ankle. Taro finds the idea unsettling. A single miss could shatter his foot. But Andrew has faith in him and urges him on. He was right. A single, precise blow shatters the shackle, and they are both free. Andrew is overjoyed. He hasn't walked without chains in months. The sound of the breaking metal seems to startle the island's wildlife. A flock of birds takes to the sky, and Taro hears movement in the bushes behind him. When he investigates, he finds strange, backward-facing footprints. Just then, they spot two Japanese soldiers approaching the island by boat, holding a local fisherman captive. This doesn't look good. Andrew now fears being recaptured, especially since they've left evidence of their presence. If the soldiers find them, they will be in deep trouble. But Taro decides to confront the soldiers himself, telling Andrew to hide. As the soldiers get closer, they spot the dying embers of a fire, which makes them cautious. They then see a figure lying under a blanket. It's Taro. They recognize his Japanese speech and assume he's a fellow countryman. He lies, claiming he washed ashore that morning and doesn't know where to go. Hiding in the brush, Andrew watches all of this unfold. Suddenly, he notices something else nearby. A bizarre creature is also watching the soldiers. It was a species of being Andrew had never seen, something unknown to the modern world. He prays it doesn't spot him. In the blink of an eye, it vanishes as if it were never there. Meanwhile, the soldiers notice two water bottles, raising their suspicion. Taro deflects with another excuse. But then, one soldier's eyes land on an American uniform that Andrew had discarded. He subtly signals his partner. They both stand up and rip the blanket off Taro, revealing the broken shackle on his leg. This proves he is no ordinary soldier, but an escaped prisoner who betrayed his country. But before they can punish him, a terrifying growl echoes from the jungle. The fisherman cries out in a panicked voice, "He has come! I told you not to come here. He has returned. He can smell us." On his lips was a single phrase, "The man with the head of a fish." It seemed he had encountered this being before. One soldier cautiously enters the jungle to investigate. A black shadow appears behind him. As he turns, his arm is severed from his body in a single swift motion. The soldier's screams chill everyone to the bone. Seizing the opportunity, Andrew rushes out and slits the throat of the remaining soldier, ending his story. Then, both men dive behind a large rock for cover. Only the fisherman remained, his face a mask of pure terror. He knew a painful death awaited him. He starts to run, but doesn't get far. The monster leaps through the air, sinking its teeth into his back, killing him instantly. Witnessing this horror, they turn and flee deep into the jungle, running for their lives, unaware the beast is right behind them. Suddenly, Andrew twists his ankle and falls. It's the first time he sees the monster up close. Its foul, grotesque teeth could devour a man whole. It looks like Andrew is its next meal. But Taro won't let that happen. He attacks the creature, pushing it back, and helps Andrew to his feet. They start running again. In their frantic escape, they don't realize when they become separated, both falling into a deep ravine. When Andrew wakes up the next morning, he is relieved to find the monster is gone. Taro, however, is in a much worse state. A wooden stake has impaled his shoulder, causing him immense pain. Yet his location is safer than Andrew's. He's perched on a ledge above a waterfall, a ledge that is about to break. Before he can secure himself, he slips and plummets into the cold water below. He manages to regain his composure and swim to the shore. That's when he spots it. On a distant cliff, the same monster stands, growling at him, filled with rage. Andrew now understands that if he wants to live, there's only one way. He must return to the coast. So, he begins walking against the river's current. But he's already exhausted. His soaked body makes his joints ache. He doesn't give up and keeps moving. After covering some distance, he stops to rest. As he turns his head, he sees a massive crocodile sitting just feet away. His breath catches in his throat. Andrew is trembling. Even a single move could mean his end. He remains perfectly still. His patience pays off. The crocodile ignores him and silently slips back into the water. He chooses a mountain path, hoping it will lead him to the shore faster. During his trek, he sees the monster again, sitting by the river, cleaning its wounds. Suddenly, a crocodile lunges from the water and drags it under. Andrew is ecstatic. At least it's dead now. But the next moment, it reemerges from the water and rips the crocodile's jaw apart with its bare hands. Seeing this, Andrew's heart pounds. This thing is truly dangerous. He quickens his pace. Elsewhere, Taro is limping along the riverbank when he finds his own sword. A fortunate discovery. But that's not all. Further ahead, he spots a dead body hanging from a tree. As he approaches it, he falls into a pit. What he sees there makes his eyes widen in shock. Lying dead was the monster's offspring. This meant the creature wasn't alone. It had a family here. He musters his strength, climbs out of the pit, and inspects the corpse hanging from the tree. It was a pilot who had gotten tangled there. The creature's young must have been killed by the pilot's gun, as Taro finds spent bullet casings nearby. Taro takes the gun from the pilot's hand and moves on. The path ends. He now has to navigate through the dense, dangerous jungle. It's risky, but he has no choice. He steels himself and pushes forward. A short while later, he finds the crashed fighter jet belonging to the pilot. Daylight begins to fade. Darkness means increased danger. Wandering through the jungle, Andrew also stumbles upon the crashed plane. He stops, an idea forming in his mind. Why not forge sharp weapons from the plane's metal? He gets to work, and after some time, he fashions a crude but sharp spear for self-defense. He also finds more supplies in the cockpit. But the most crucial discovery is a live missile still attached beneath the plane's wing. His mind races with possibilities. Just then, someone approaches from behind. It's Taro. They are reunited once more. Taro tells him about a cave he found, where he saw something strange. They both enter the cave and find a giant, pulsating egg hanging from the ceiling. It belongs to the monster. Andrew immediately says they should destroy it to stop the creatures from multiplying and killing more people. But Taro argues that doing so would only enrage the mother, making their situation even more perilous. How could they possibly win? Then Andrew has a brilliant idea. What if they used the missile to destroy the nest and the monster at the same time? Taro agrees. With immense difficulty, they detach the missile from the plane and haul it near the cave. But a new problem arises. The missile's timer is stuck and can only be fixed with a specific tool. They have nothing of the sort. Andrew then remembers the axe in the cockpit. He runs back to get it, but it's rusted shut and seems impossible to remove. Back in the cave, the monster has returned. Taro prepares to fight it alone, as Andrew is still struggling with the axe. Taro is no match for the creature by himself. It brutally throws him around. Suddenly, Andrew appears with the axe and strikes the beast repeatedly. Together, they attack it until the monster feels overwhelmed and vanishes into the darkness. Andrew knows this is their chance. He quickly fixes the timer. But just as he finishes, the monster returns and lunges at him, tearing his abdomen open with its claws. Taro tries desperately to pull it off, but nothing works. In a fit of rage, he shoots the egg. The infant creature falls to the ground. Seeing this, the monster goes berserk with fury. In that moment, Andrew realizes his time has come. He tells Taro to leave, but he refuses. How could he abandon his friend like this? But he has to go. Taro retreats from the cave. A moment later, a massive explosion erupts. Everything is consumed by fire. With heavy steps, Taro walks towards the shore. But then, a shocking revelation unfolds. The monster was still alive. Yes, even that colossal blast didn't cause it significant harm. But now Taro is resolved. It was all or nothing. He draws his samurai sword, confronts the creature, and lands several blows from the shadows. He is badly injured in the process, but he manages to bring the monster to its knees. He does not kill it. He knows the truth. He is an intruder in its home, and his kind is destroying its world. So he leaves it there, limping away. He fires a flare gun before collapsing. When he opens his eyes, he is on an American naval ship. They found Andrew's American Army dog tags on him. They look at him seriously and ask what happened. Taro looks out at the ocean and begins to tell his story. He gets lost in the memory of those days when his friend Andrew sacrificed himself so he could live. Finally, we see the monster on the island, waiting for its next prey. And the story concludes on this scene. Well, what did you think of the story? If you enjoyed this journey, please smash that like button for us here at Winds of Thought. See you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.